When I was working at Microsoft last year, I was a software engineer. I was a level 61, if that makes any sense to you. And I was looking at a conference that I wanted to go to, which is very related to what I was working on. I was working in the research department, and we have a budget for conferences like that. And I had talked to my manager and my team leader about it. And but I was very eager to go, and I think everybody knew. It was no secret. It was not just my team that knew. It was basically everybody that I had contact with knew. And as a result, my manager didn't really follow up on it, and he didn't follow. He needed to follow up with people above him to see if we could secure the funding to go, and he didn't. In fact, he discouraged me from getting him to follow up. After I asked him, he basically threw a boatload of projects at me and made it impossible for me to discuss it further. And I went to the conference anyway because it was interesting to me, and I knew it was important for my career. And as a result, I had to pay for it out of pocket, and it made me realize that I gave away too much information. He probably has he definitely has a set budget for how much money he can spend for training purposes, and he figures if I'm going to go, whether or not he pays for it, his money could be better spent on somebody else who might not be so inclined to go to a conference that they have to pay out of pocket. And this is a problem I have. See, I'm a cut to the chase person. I hate to waste time because any time that I'm spending on negotiating and hiding information is time that I'm not spending doing something more productive. That's a downfall of mine, and I end up being productive to somebody else's benefit a lot of times. Ever since I've left my job at Microsoft, I've been doing some private tutoring. And the thing about tutoring is that a lot of times the better you are at it, tutoring, if you don't negotiate, if you're not very good with social negotiation skills, and you're really good at tutoring, you could end up with only a few hours of work because you're so good at it, and the student gets what he needs and he leaves, and you might not. Well, first of all, you're not going to get many billable hours. You see, when I tutor somebody, I take my job seriously. Sometimes I spend a lot of time before that 1 or 2 or 3 hour session to prepare a lesson plan, and then I go there and when I quote by the hour, and I quote even if it's a good amount per hour, my hour might be the equivalent of somebody else's 3 or 4 hours, and if I get the student, if I have a high throughput and I get the student done with, I don't get that many billable hours. And part of the problem is I love tutoring, even the prep work that goes into it, that I sometimes don't put the effort into the putting on the poker face, and instead I kind of gloat about it, and as a result, I put too much personal pride into it, and people know I get value out of the pride, just like my manager knew I got value out of going to that conference. It makes it very easy for people to pass me over in terms of good compensation, and kind of learned the hard way that productivity doesn't always equal reward in our society. And I feel I open my mouth a little bit too much in these two circumstances, and I learned that when you move your lips, you lose your money. Thanks for watching.